Welcome to Incubator School. Incubator is where ideas come to life. And for our students here, it's that cozy place where they can generate those ideas and then make them come into life. Growing up, school for me wasn't very happy. I had really poor eyesight where I was almost blind. And so I didn't do very well starting out, right? I didn't love to read and I didn't love to do any of that. I was also very afraid that I made my poor parents wait in the parking lot for me during school, just so I know that I can leave school on time or early. And my mom kind of gave up a little bit on me. She said, you know what? I have two older daughters who study well, who have perfect eyesight. My poor little girl, she's almost blind, right? Just mom said, just play and be happy. She would take me to school during lunch and pick me up right after lunch. So I skipped a lot of school. So that was me. I was a happy child and I figured I didn't really need to study that hard. My dad, however, was very different. My dad, he grew up in a family of 9 children, and he was always asked to sacrifice his life to kind of support his siblings. And he said, you know what? You're not great in school. We obviously don't have the genius genes here, right? But there's still a way that you can win out. And he said, you have to study harder, study more. You have to put the time in. It doesn't matter that you have glasses on or you don't get it. As long as you put the time in, you can succeed. So that is how I grew up. And I did. I improved in my classes throughout my elementary years, and my dad was very loving. But during teenage and high school years, my mom fell sick, and I was told that she wouldn't be there with me soon. And so I started studying even harder, right? And I met up with a lot of difficulties. I had a lot of you can't graduate early, you can't do this, you can't do that, you have to follow the rules. Well, I was kind of a rule breaker. So when someone said I couldn't graduate high school early, I did. When they said I couldn't graduate college early, well, I did, and do a top MBA program and graduate at 22. And then, I switched careers when someone said, well, why would you do that? And I did. And so when I had my own children, I thought about how to raise them, how maybe when I started, I didn't feel the smartest, right? But then became successful. We're not all Mark Zuckerbergs, right? Most people have to work hard. And at every single point in my life, my education was there to support me. And I feel that that is the easiest way and the smoothest flow for normal people like me, right? To have a chance at success in life. So I went into, when I had my children, I put all my energy, my crazy energy, into studying about what makes people succeed. And I found 4 key traits of success. And I'm going to share these with you guys in a second. But I put all these on my children. I experimented with my babies, because what good are babies other than to experiment with? I was home, bored, not having a career at that time. I quit my hedge fund career and put all my energy into my babies. And I had them reading early, and they felt so empowered by early reading. So the 4 key traits of success that I put with them is this, that I discovered: self-efficacy, intrinsic motivation, self-regulation, that control that you need, and the passion. You need to have the passion. Again, be self-motivated to learn whatever they want, and be self-driven without the nagging, the pushing, right? So I put these in my own children. And during the pandemic, when we all went online, I thought, uh-oh, but then I discovered something, that it's not where you learn, it's the how. And I was shocked that they were learning at least twice the pace of how they were learning in person. One thing with the pandemic is everyone got off school, went online, moved around, discovered that, oh, I actually have passions. I can bake, I can do this, I did sports, I have other things I'm interested in. I want to sing, I want to be a performing artist. And they started traveling. And the problem is that when they went back to school, and this happened to us too, is that the schedules don't fit. I have a gymnast in our school right now that she just can't fit in gym time with regular school. Some students came because their school said, you can't miss X amount of school. We just can't support that. You're going to fail out of school. Well, it doesn't need, you don't need to have the sacrifice, right? So we're here saying we cater towards the needs of the families that need this. We give you the continuity, right? If you're forced into homeschooling, you're not doing it alone. You don't need to have pieced together fragmented online options, right? We're here as the all-in-one. So we want to convert those worksheets that they do in school into projects with purpose, because to drive that passion, to drive the intrinsic motivation, we came together and discovered the ultimate way to do that. So me with a team from UPenn and other great educators in our school right now, I feel that we have the winning team in philosophy. So I launched the school with the best team.